All of the biggest problems with Stranger Things Season 5 come from this one mistake the show made, let me explain. That mistake is the 18-month time jump in between the ending of Season 4 and the start of Season 5. Let me break down how this ruined the show. Starting off with the simplest point, it killed the momentum of the series. Season 4 was a huge buildup, with the intensity rising with every single episode. Even though we didn't know what Vecna's plan was for most of Season 4, the stakes still felt higher than anything we've experienced in Season 5 because people were dying, the town was simply in danger. And then it ended in an insane cliffhanger that was a perfect setup for Season 5 to hit the ground running and be even more insane than Season 4. But that's not what happened whatsoever. Season 5 instead jumps 18 months and kind of starts over again, and everything honestly feels less urgent this season. Spoilers ahead for Season 5 Volume 2, obviously, but now we've spent 7 more episodes doing even more build-up to now get to the point where it's like, oh my god, Vecna's gonna collide different dimensions into each other. But at this point, who cares? But it goes beyond just the stakes feeling like they hit a reset button at the start of Season 5. It also is the reason all these different character moments feel slightly off, like Jonathan, Nancy, and Steve's love triangle. And now that we know that Jonathan and Nancy broke up in the scene, yes, that's what happened in case you misinterpreted it because the writing's terrible. It really makes no sense when you consider the fact that Jonathan and Nancy were starting to fight and already fizzle out in their relationship a year and a half ago in the universe of Stranger Things, and now they just broke up 18 months after the events of Season 4 where they were already on the rocks. Same thing with Steve, like he's still trying to somewhat get with Nancy at the beginning of the season and having a weird dynamic with Jonathan 18 months after the stuff that happened in Season 4. That's just not believable. Now, at this point, I'm a little more forgiving on because different people experience grief differently, but again, I think the way Dustin has been acting in this season because of the death of Eddie makes a lot more sense if you think, oh, this is like 2 weeks after he just watched Eddie die. Again, 18 months, obviously you're not going to be over it. It's still going to affect you. But again, it just feels a little bit off when you're like, oh wait, this has been 18 months and Dustin has been acting like this every single day before someone really had a conversation with him and him and Steve had this moment together, or his friends pointed it out or something. Like, again, that just seems like it's pushing it a little bit too much. But I also have other problems with this time jump in between Season 4 and 5. Like, certain people like Mike and Levin's relationship, it seems completely different than it was at the end of Season 4. So I kind of understand why the delusional Byler fans were like, oh my god, maybe they broke up in between seasons, even though that didn't really happen. But it's like something clearly happened between these two characters in the 18 months that made their dynamic different than what we saw last time. It's never going to be explained, it seems like, since we've already watched 7 episodes of this season now, and the next one's the finale. They don't have time to really be like, oh, this is what happened in the last 18 months between Mike and Eleven. But there's also things that straight up feel like continuity errors where the Duffer Brothers forgot what happened in this 18-month time jump. Like little things like Max waking up from her coma. When she first sees Hopper, there is literally no reaction, or they filmed it and just cut it out of the season. But like in Season 4, she is in a coma when everybody assumes Hopper is dead. When he comes back, she's still in the coma. She literally thought this man was dead. I don't care how close they were or that they never really talked. She was best friends with Eleven and has no reaction to this guy now being alive again. And that's another pet peeve of mine. Like Eleven and a Max reuniting, they had like no emotions going on in that scene. These two characters were best friends. It's really just baffling to me that they had a perfect setup with Hawkins being in ruin, going in a really interesting direction in Season 5, and they pretty much were just like, nah, let's just ignore that and do our own thing. Now, even though this has been a very negative video, I do still enjoy the season, but sadly, I think this is my least favorite Stranger Things season so far. Obviously, we got to see if the finale can save it. And I just love this show and the first 4 seasons so much. It's just frustrating to watch this happen. But if you want to hear me talk about all my favorite and other least favorite parts of this, click my video above where I review all of Volume 2, and thank you for watching.